Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart, joined by Preston Johnson, the sports cheetah himself, and Marco D'Angelo, Marco in Vegas. We're going to talk about some Monday Night Football. New Orleans Saints got away in the second half of the Bucs. I was looking at the Bucs early in the week. So glad I stayed off that game. I would have been not very happy. And they're facing Carolina twice in the next 3 weeks. So really interesting scheduling here. New Orleans -6, total 52.
Looking at this one, Kelly, you look at Carolina. Can you believe at one time this was a 6-2 team? And now, 5 straight losses, sitting at 6-7. Probably the end of the road for Coach Rivera, in my opinion.
I was going to say, yeah, it's probably time for him to go. He's been out-coached a few times in the last 5 games.
After last week's game at Cleveland, I said I'm sitting at a sports bar watching the game, eating wings, shocker. And I said to my buddy, I said, well, just put a fork through Carolina. There's no way I can play this team again. Then I pull out my schedule, look to see who they're playing next week, and lo and behold, it's a Monday Night Football game, prime time, division game, at home, and I'm like...
Catching almost a touchdown, I know.
Do you remember earlier in the year, there was a game like this that I said that, it's like the movie, just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in, and we got the money with the Giants in that situation. It's the same thing with Carolina. This is their season. It's their Super Bowl. Regardless if they're even already eliminated from the playoffs, which they're not, this is a team that's going to show up on Monday Night Football.
So my concerns, Preston, as I mentioned, Saints came back, roaring back in the second half, and they got another cover, 10-1 against the spread. I understand their stock is super high, but they have been superseding expectations all season. And I understand Carolina's going to want to come to play. The question is, matchup-wise, can they?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to beat the Saints anyways. The 10 out of 11, I mean, this is as much, was it the Giants-Niners game that you bet? I had the Giants, too. That, as much as you can sell high on the Niners, and there's Nick Mullins, who had won one game against the Raiders. That was the weirdest line probably in like a month. I think this is the next weirdest in the last month, to be honest. I have it under 3. And I was able to find like a 7.5 at -130, I bet, and I bet some 6.5, and I bet some 6. So I like the Panthers quite a bit. As much as a buy low, sell high as there is, Kelly mentioned 10 out of 11 for the Saints. Their only losses are the Cowboys in Dallas, who I think have also covered 4 or 5 in a row themselves.
5 in a row, yeah.
So they're as hot, as anyone else too. I think, look on the other side, they've lost 5 outright. This is it for the Panthers. Probably their playoff hopes. If they want to keep them, they need to win this game at home against the Saints, and maybe lose the Week 17 game. The Saints are tied with the Rams, so they're probably going to have to play their starters in Week 17 as far as earning that 1 seed in the NFC playoffs. So everything kind of points to the Panthers. This is it, right? And I don't know if Rivera's gone or not. I mean, he's done well. He got him to a Super Bowl still like a few years ago, which is kind of crazy when you look at Carolina Panthers team. I would say he's still, especially if they make the playoffs, he's still going to be the guy. Cam just needs to make less mistakes. He threw 4 interceptions last week. The numbers, though, point to this being, I mean, this I could see maybe some market inflation to like a 3 or 3.5 for the Saints. But I mean, we're getting 6, 6.5 out there. So I had to take the Panthers, and it's a reasonably sized bet for me. So I like the dog.
Throw in the 4 of the 5 losses, they lost by 7 points or less. Only the Pittsburgh loss where they got blown out. Also, from scheduling dynamics, the Saints are playing their 3rd straight road game. We don't see that happen that often anymore in the NFL. They don't do it to a team, but they do get the benefit of they had extra time for each of the games, because the first game was a Thursday night game. Then they played last week on Sunday. They played Sunday. Now this week they're playing on Monday, so they get the extra day of prep. But still, we know the Saints aren't the same team away from the dome, and then putting them outdoors and put them on grass instead of turf slows them down.
Well, those few great road games they won when they started the stretch, they were all dogs. They're laying a touchdown on the road.
Yeah. In Carolina, flip side, they are a dog, and use the moniker that he has, Riverboat Ron. He can pull out all the stops. I mean, if it's 4th and 2, you go ahead and gamble here. You don't even think about it. So they can play a little bit looser. Even though their season's on the line, they really don't have anything to lose. Go out and do what you need to do.
All right, good stuff from both guys. Tuesday is always $2 Tuesday at WagerTalk, and you can get the hottest handicapper for just $2.